Happy Friday to one and all, and welcome to another edition of the Manosphere, where we talk about men's specific things and how they fit in today's overall experience. And as always, this and other podcasts in the Jazzy Groove Rainy Day podcast family are brought to you by the power of 5. If you like what we're doing, at the very least, show your love, support the channel, like the video. Don't cost you nothing, and it'll help us in the long run appeal to more people, giving us more and more things to do, talk about, and making the experience a bit better for everyone. And now, with that being out of the way, let's get into it. Today I want to talk about random thoughts. Got a lot of those, and I have some answers, and if you have answers or questions or anything like that, please feel free to drop them below. We always read our comments, and if you want, you write whatever you like. If we like what you're talking about, we'll even give you a forum, put it on the air, and maybe even answer it. So please, we are an interactive platform. Do your part. Get involved, get engaged, get active. And let's see where it goes. Now, when I say I've got a bunch of random thoughts, I do, and a lot of them, as always, and this is a recurring theme on these podcasts and on this channel, but a lot of them have to do with women's delusion. And when we're talking about delusion in this sense, we're talking about things that they say, things that they want, things that they do that have no basis in reality whatsoever. So, what are they talking about? Well, to help us along with this, we got queued up the Whatever podcast. Shout out to Brian Atlas and the crew from Whatever. And this is one of those shows where I can have a bit of consternation with the host. Now, granted, he runs the show the way he wants to run it. And to me, it seems that he doesn't want to be confrontational unless it is absolutely unavoidable and necessary. He takes stuff that I know I wouldn't take. Off rip. So, no, we're not going there. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not talking about that. And if you don't like it, there's the door. Hit it. And that's just the way it is with me anyway. Now, with other people, it's not that simple. And full transparency and full disclosure here, that's probably one of the reasons why I don't go viral. Because the things I talk about are rooted in fact. I don't say anything outrageous or controversial or even thought-provoking, really, because the things I talk about are a given. We'll talk about Womaneese in a little bit. Shout out to Jonathan Sharp and those people for that. And that's simply women talk in their own language. No more, no less. But I've been talking a bit, so I'm going to get over to the Whatever podcast. They have a special guest, Eric. He seems, Eric, we'll get into him a little bit later, but he seems to be an all right guy. One second. All right, there we are. Bring it down a little bit. No, that's not the one I want. Oh, yeah, we do it kind of live. Kind of, sort of. There we go. Okay. Let's get into it.
Income to be for your future husband?
Here we go.
Minimum, $1 million.
What's ideal?
$1 million minimum.
Okay, right off the bat, we're diving into Delusion and Womaneese. 1 second, I'll be right back. You know it's Christmas time when packages or start coming at all hours of the day. But let's get back to them. Oh, actually, wait. We were talking about Delusion. She's talking about $1 million, $1 million plus. Looking at her, she's not ugly. No, she's an attractive woman. But what does she bring to the table that other women don't also bring to the table that are hunting for the same type of guy? And this is coming from somebody who, okay, I'm not high value. Let's put it this way. I consider myself average. Better than some, but lacking with others. I'm in the middle. I hold no qualm about that. That's my lot in life. Can I change it? Yes. Do I want to change it? No. No, I don't. Because I'm content with my lot in life. But let's get back to this human being.
Well, what would be ideal?
Oh.
Hold on.
Multi-million. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Have you ever dated a guy who makes $1 million a year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really? Really? You dated a millionaire. Now, why do I question that? I question that because it is a known fact that women in general have no idea on the value of money. Now, again, I hate to keep saying this because it should be common knowledge by now. But because it's not, or because women choose not to understand it, I will continue to say it. But if you know what it is and it doesn't apply to you, keep it moving. Keep it pushing. There's no need to call it out. Because in calling it out, it shows how limited your knowledge and your worldview actually is. And that's why people like Myron and Walter and Brian and Donovan and Pearl and people like that, and shout out to all those creators and others I haven't mentioned yet, but that's why they get into their field, not get into their fields, but that's why they can't stand it. They'll tell you something that's objectively true, and you're going to push back on it. Why? Because it doesn't fit your worldview. Is your worldview correct? No. Which is why you push it back on it. Make me understand it. I cram to understand why people don't understand that. I really do. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
How did it work out?
He cheated on me.
I bet he did.
And again, I'm sorry for constantly pausing it, but this is going to be a gold mine. How did it work out? He cheated on me. I bet he did. Why did he cheat on me? Because you're not that special. You want to think you're special because society has told you from a very young age that you're special. But remember this. Everybody in the world can be considered special. And when everybody's special, no one is special. And I'm going to say that again for people who didn't understand it. When everybody's special, no one is special. That's just the way it is. Here comes the common sense test. Is it kind? No. Is it just? No. Is it fair? No. It just is. It's a fact of life. And you either deal with it or get out of its way. Because if you don't get out of its way, it's going to run you over. Let's get back to it.
And then what about you?
I said 80K.
Oh, but you.
80K?
I said 40,000.
All right, you put 50,000 here.
Oh,
but
did I
that's
put
fine.
50? Okay.
What about you?
I think I answered this question stating
Depends.
it depends on our lifestyle, what I did choose.
What do you want the lifestyle to be? Okay, so you want kids,
that
right?
changes. Yeah, that changes.
How
I
many
don't know
kids
how
do you
many
want?
kids do I want.
How
I
many
don't
kids do you
know.
want?
I am accepting what life has for me and what God
Okay.
has for me.
Do you
This one here is a study in contradiction. She's the poster child for Womaneese. Or more to the point, talking out the side of her neck. Because she'll say something, you give her knowledge, evidence, facts, and data to support a different view, and then she kind of morphs over to it while still holding on to her original point simultaneously. That's what depends, and depends in this instance is more than panty liner. It's much more than that. It depends. No, it doesn't. It's everything is shades of gray. Not really. Because when you get down to it, it is black and white. Gray comes from our everyday experiences and things that we want to put up with as opposed to things that we don't want to put up with. That's our shades of gray. But life is not black, it's shades of gray. Life is black and white. It's good, it's bad. It's up, it's down. It's positive, it's negative. That's life. Life doesn't care about your experiences. Life doesn't care about your feelings. Life doesn't care about anything that you want to think about that matters to you, because it just matters to you. You. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter to her. It doesn't matter to anybody else. It matters to you. And it's got to stop. Let's get back to it.
You
So
want to
it's-
stay in Southern California?
No.
Okay. All right. What about you?
300K is good, but
What-
a million would be better.
Yeah, you wrote millions, but 300,000 plus.
Here's Eric here. You notice he was shaking his head. Oh my God. She didn't just say what I think she said, did she? And she said 300,000 is good, a million is better. Who's going to marry her that makes $300,000 a year? He'll sex you. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And you might not even get the thank you, ma'am, as he walks out the door. I'll give you a call. Never hear from him again. So is that right? Is that kind? Is that fair? Is that just? And to all those answers, no. In a perfect world, we get what we want, who we want, and life's just great. We don't live in that society. We don't live in that utopia. When you're born, you're given a hand. And you're expected to play the hand that you're dealt. Hence the phrase, when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. You're dealt a crappy hand, you deal that crappy hand, and you make the best you can out of it. You do the best you can with the tools that you're given. That's it. No more, no less. Now we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and dig into this some more. So, yeah, get ready, because I'm just getting started.